Alright guys, thanks for tuning back in. Sorry it's been so long. I have actually been hard at work trying to finish all my classwork. I graduate next Friday, and so I have a lot of homework that has to be turned in. I got one more research paper that's due next week that I'm halfway done with, so I figured I could do this video now and then get back to my homework when I'm done. And so I'm actually going to try to complete this story. And then that way I can do my review before Christmas, and then I can take this game with me to my families. First thing I want to show you though is I did get Gloomhaven in, the second print from the Kickstarter. And I'm using these trackers that came with it to track the life. I wish that Greenbrier Games would have done something like this for this game. And I have everything set up to go. And another thing I wanted to point out was that last video on this section here in the book, when I was going through this map here, I read all this here, but I didn't read this until after I was done. And the reason I did that is because I didn't know it was actually part of it. If this would have been bordered in yellow too, then I would have known that that would have went with that. So I thought this happened after this, because that's how most of the book goes. Even though there's headers and stuff, there was no headers, so that was kind of my fault. But thanks to a lot of good viewers that pointed it out to me, I will not make that mistake again. So we are on Chapter 2 now, and then because we're in Chapter 2, the Avenging Madman gets to get a new Savage ability, or a target, should I say. So we got a 3. A 3 is, it's nature, and so any creature that falls into the nature category, which the Night Stalkers that we'll be facing are not. They are a 5, which is a shapeshifter. So sad day. We are in the Darkness tutorial. And so we have to do a story skill check right now for Nerve. It says, into the darkness. You pass through the doors of the mausoleum to discover the back of the wall has crumbled, exposing an entrance to the caverns under Narian's Hollow. It is dark and smells of decaying meat. Your sense tells you to run, but your bravery edges you through the hole in the wall. So story skill check. We need a Nerve 4 from all players. So take a red skill die, and we'll start with the starting player, which is the Exorcist. He got a 7, and he needed at least a 4. And then we'll go to the Avenging Madman. Got a 5. It's good. And then we'll go to the Archaeologist, which is a Senor Belmont. He got a 4. Says, success. Confidence surges through you. The darkness penalty you receive in the map is reduced by 2. Well, that's good. Then it says, the caves are dark, damp, and cold. You trip and stumble, trying to find your way in the near blackness. After a few minutes of this waking nightmare, you notice a glow ahead. Faintly luminous mushrooms provide the only evidence that you have not left the world and stepped into Hades. The passageway is narrow. You become claustrophobic and have to take deep breaths to calm yourself. Suddenly, you see movement up ahead, barely noticeable in the dark, as figures stealthily close on your position. Darkness tutorial. Darkness is an effect that negatively impacts a character's effectiveness in combat. Combat that occurs in darkness confers a -5 might to all melee attacks, and then -10 might to all ranged attacks. A character holding an equipped light source, such as a torch, does not take these penalties. Foes automatically win first strike. Darkness has no negative effect on creatures. And if you remember, because we passed the skill check, our might is only reduced. The negative penalty is reduced by 2. So instead of a -5 might, it's a -3 might. Instead of -10 might for range, it's a -8 might. I got the map all set up. Primary goals: defeat the Night Stalkers. See the encounter dialog box. The map is in darkness. Creatures go win first strike. -5 might to melee. Okay, yeah, I understand that. If there are no foes on the map, you are ready to move on. Skip the changer on page 9. Optional goals. Investigate all search locations. This rubble is unstable and may be shifted to open the passage. It does not look like the priests went this way, and there could be danger beyond. One character may spend their action to move the rubble token. If they do, read story moment 53 on page 50 or page 49. Encounter 2 Night Stalkers. So first things first, the Night Stalkers will go first, and so they're going to move to attack us. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And their stride is 4. And so they're not going to be able to attack. Because I don't think they have ranged. It's showing ranged. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's up to the rest of the team to do something. Since it's their turn. And someone did tell me that in order to fill the aspergillum, that you can find things that say fillable, and I just noticed that the holy water there says fillable. So I can put that in, and he's going to do that. He's going to put that in. He's going to provide a +2 damage for 4 uses. And then that's all he's going to do at this time. The Avenging Madman is going to run up, and he's going to attack this guy. He's going to use his bell hook. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to attack. And so I'm going to take the percentile dice. Yeah, there we go. Attacking this guy. And he has a defense of 48. So we got a 44. See, 44 minus 3 is a 41. Plus his 5 might here. So that's 46. Plus his might on his card is another +5. So that is enough to do damage. And so he's going to roll the damage die. Which is a D4 +1 plus his damage on his card, so it's a +2. So it's a D4 +3. So it's 6 points of damage. And that guy that was here is the top one. So it's 6 points of damage, so he's at 16 points already. Alright. And then what else can he do? He's got some cards here. This card. He can only do something when another creature dies or when he's attacked. So nothing there. Then so Senor Belmont's going to go, and he has a range of 2, so he's going to. If I remember correctly, friendlies don't block line of sight. It says that characters and foes do not block sight. So I guess I can see this line of sight to that guy. So I'm going to hit him with my whip. And so I have to roll the percentile dice and get a 48. I got an 88. That's enough. So then I'm going to spend a power point and use my crack the whip. So it's going to deal an additional 1d4 damage on a hit with a whip type weapon, and that's once per round. And there's nothing else, so he's going to roll a d4. It's actually 2d4. So we got a d4 here, a d4 here, and he's going to get a +1. So that is 5 points of damage. So it's down to 11. And that's all he can do right now. And then it's back to the Night Stalker's turn. And this guy is going to attack the Avenging Madman. And so the reason that is because he's in front, so I don't need to use the targeting die. But I do need to use the their power die in case it does hit. Well, that was silly of me. I shouldn't use 2 white dice. I'm going to use the red die. Okay. So we got a 29 and a 6 for his power. And the Avenging Madman has a defense of 39 plus 5, which is a 44 defense, and rolled a 29. So no hit there. And then this guy will move. It shows here that the special power is that on a roll of a 0 on the power die, he turns into a werewolf. Nice. So we gotta get these guys out of here before that happens. Alright, so back to the top. He has the Blessing of the Cross. It says 1 demonic spirit or undead creature. Well, he's not demonic. He's... So the Exorcist, I guess, will use a power point. And since he's adjacent to all these guys, he will actually heal the Avenging Madman 1d4. Right? Let's see. No, it's just 4 Vita. So he's going to go up to 15. Alright, and then the Avenging Madman is going to attack this guy here. He's going to use these dice. He got a 46, and he's a 48 minus 3, so 43 plus a 10, so that's enough to hit. And he's going to do D4 plus 3. So he's doing 5 points of damage. And it goes down to 6. Alright. And that's all he can do right now. And then the archaeologist here, Senor Belmont, he's going to attack with his whip. He got a 23. So that'd be 20 plus his might, which is not going to be enough. So nothing happens. And then it would be the Night Stalker again. So the Night Stalker is going to attack Avenging Madman, aka Bob. And he'll go ahead and roll this die too. So we got a 31 plus, it's a dust, so it's a plus 2 plus, I think that's it, so it would be 33. His defense was 39 plus his other shield, so it's not a hit. And then, so back to the top, Senor Belmont doesn't have to do anything at this point because he doesn't have range. Can't attack these guys with his blessing of the cross. And then so Avenging Madman. Ooh, 95. And so he's going to do a D4 plus 3. And if he can get at least a 6, he's going to be able to do his environmental slaughter. And he did 7, so that's going to kill this guy here. He's going to lay that down. And then he's going to spend a power point. And he's going to, when an adjacent corporal foe dies, tear a limb from its body and slam it into an enemy up to 2 spaces away, dealing 1d6 damage. So he's going to come up here and do a d6 damage to this guy, and does 1 point of damage. I'm assuming I do not add my damage bonuses into that. But I'm not sure if this is like an actual, like, considered an attack, or maybe I need to add my damage bonuses into that. I'll let you guys comment below if I need to add those damage bonus to this attack. But I'm not going to right now because I'm not sure if that's how it should be played. So please share below. And then Senor Belmont is going to come up here, and he's going to attack this Night Stalker. He got 22, not enough. And then the Night Stalker is going to attack the Avenging Madman. He got 11, not enough. And then Friar Tuck again, and he's got nothing really to do, can't move. And then so back to the Avenging Madman. He's got a 23, minus 3, plus 10. Not enough to do anything. So alright. So then it goes back to the the Senor Belmont here. You got a 36 minus 3, so it's a 33 plus 3 might. Not enough because he needs a 48 to do something. So then back to the Night Stalker. He got a 77. I'm sorry, he got a 70 with a 7. On a 7 it says, join the pack. The Stalker enforces his dominance, lose 3 Vita. All lycanthrope characters must pass Nerve 7 or immediately attack an adjacent ally. And so he's going to lose 3 Vita. He's not lycanthropic yet, so. Now back to the Exorcist, Friar Tuck. He's being just more of a support right now, kind of waiting. And so he's just going to wait. And then the Avenging Madman. He got a 70. So he's going to do 1d4 plus 3. So he's doing 5. Takes that to 17. Okay. And then that's Senor Belmont's turn. 72. So he's going to do a d4 plus 1. Actually, he's going to spend a power point. He's going to do 2d4 plus 1. So he's doing 8 points of damage. So it's down to 9. And it's kind of hard to search before everything dies. But then back to the top. The Night Stalker is going to attack the Avenging Madman. And so we got an 86 on a 3. So savage attacks. You are savagely attacked with the long nails, causing 1d6 plus 1 damage. So he's doing 2 points of damage. So first thing that Friar Tuck's going to do, and since he's here, he can't search or do anything. He can't even heal the Avenging Madman because he's not adjacent to him. And so there's nothing that can be done there. The Avenging Madman will attack he's going to attack the Night Stalker. I was going to see if maybe I have him search the dead body, but he has a much better attack than the Archaeologist. So 79, so he's going to do a d4 plus 3, so we got a 7, so it goes down to 2. Then the Archaeologist is going to search the body, and so on a 10 he finds something. We got a 5, nothing. Okay, so then back to the top, I guess back to the top, the Night Stalker is going to attack the Avenging Madman. 54 and 39, so yep, that's a hit, and that's a 0. And so it's Hellish Howl. It unleashes the howl that chills your soul and threatens to overwhelm you. Lose 2d4 Vita and must pass Nerve 5 or lose your next turn. So he needs a Nerve 5. It says Nerve. So, Nerve 5. He got a 6. And he's going to lose, what was it, 2d4 Vita? So that's 6. He's losing 6 points of damage. However, he is going to use his Keep It Coming. So he's going to go down a power point. And he is going to ignore 1d4 damage. So he's doing 6, so he's going to ignore 2. So he's going to do 4 points of damage. Alright, and then it said that on a successful hit, the Night Stalker transforms into a werewolf if its power die is 0. Any damage it has already received is subtracted from the Night Stalker's Vita. Remove the Night Stalker from the map and replace it with the werewolf. And so he originally had 22 hit points, and he's lost 20 points of damage so far. And it says that the werewolf starts with 27, so he'll be down to 7. And then the werewolf comes out to play. This guy goes away, and that's crazy. Then there's not much Friar Tuck can do right now, but just hope and pray. And then so the Avenging Madman will attack. Yeah, I got an 83. And so that's an attack, that's a hit, so he's going to do 1d4 plus 3. And he got 6 points of damage, so it's down to 1. And then Senor Belmont is going to attack as well. I got a 34, so be 31. Its defense is 58, so no. And then back to the top, the werewolf is going to attack now. At the beginning of each round, lycanthropic characters must pass the cult 5. Well, he's not like no one's lycanthropic, so we're good there. It's got a +4 might, so it's going to attack the Avenging Madman. and it got a 48. And so the Avenging Madman has a defense of 39 plus 5, so that's 44. So 44, he's going to take damage. So, and it rolled a 9. Hungry like a wolf. The werewolf spreads its taint into your bloodstream, lose 6 vita, and become lycanthropic 6. Okay, so I'm going to use this again. And he's going to lose 1d4 of that damage. He's going to ignore 1d4 damage of that, so he's going to ignore 3, so he's going to go down to 3. And then he's going to, it says lycanthropic 6, so lycanthropic tests against the occult. Ecology and nerve. Oh, he had a nerve plus 2. Ecology and max vita. So he has to test the full thing. So he has to get a 6. So he's gonna get has to get a 6 on this skill check. He got a 10. It's getting crazy in here. All right. So again, Friar Tuck can't do anything. What I should have done last round is had, after Senor Belmont attacked, have him move back so that way Friar Tuck can get in there and heal the Avenging Madman. So he's not going to do anything right now. The Avenging Madman is going to attack the werewolf. Hopefully kill it this time. You got a 42, minus 3, 39, plus 10. Not enough. Sad day. Okay, then Senor Belmont's going to go. He has to get at least a 61. Well, no, he has to get at least a 58 on the roll. You got a 98. Whew. And he is going to... He needs at least 2. He's got a +1 bonus, so he's not going to use his Crack the Whip ability because he's going to save his power point. So he needs a D4. You got a 3. It is dead. And he's going to move out of the way. So now, there's no monsters on the board. We'll go up here, and he's going to use his ability to heal 4 points of damage here. So he's going to go up to 7. And then he should have... And then the Avenging Madman has bandages he's going to use. So he recovers 4 points of Vita. Back up to 11. So I guess we're going to investigate because I want to know what happens. So he's going to, it's actually back to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to use an action to remove the rubble. And then I gotta go to page 49 and read moment 53. It says, beyond lies a cavern that has not been intruded upon by humanity in recent memory. Narrow shafts of light from the night's moon coming from several small fissures in the ceiling provide faint illumination to the room. The light also allows you to see that the ceiling is covered with small dark forms. Bats remove the darkness token from the map, so it's no longer dark in there. 2 pools of crystal clear water remind you of a story you once heard about a mystical mountain spring possessing healing properties. Characters wishing to drink from the pools must pass Ecology 5 while adjacent to them. So there's pools here and a pool here. It's a success, recover 2d6 Vita. A failure, recover 1d4 Vita. Each space a character moves while in the revealed cavern requires them to roll a trickery 2. On a failure, there is no need to make the check again, but the group encounters either 2 bat swarms or a single bat swarm for 2 to 3 characters. Place the swarms atop the spawn location. If the group is still fighting the Night Stalker, the check is automatically failed. Okay, so Senor Belmont, 1, 2, 3, 4. For some reason, I'm thinking I need to do like some kind of check here to make sure no roaming monsters come in, but it didn't say anything about that. And so, since Senor Belmont is where the werewolf is, he's going to search it. Got a 9, and I do believe it has to be a 10 to find something. Before I forget, since we won the encounter, we killed 1 Night Stalker, so each person is going to get 25 lore. And then because they killed 1 werewolf, they're each going to get 30. And they're each going to get 17 points for killing both of them. The priest is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He hasn't stepped into the cavern yet. The Avenging Madman is going to step. He's going to go 1, 2. And then I'm going to read that again. Each space a character moves while in revealing, so he has to roll a trickery 2. Oh, we passed it. He's going to go. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. He got a 3. And then Senor Belmont is going to go 1. So he's going to roll. He's got 7. 2. 3. And he is going to use the pool, and he's going to roll Ecology 5. And he has no additions to Ecology. So he's going to get at least a 5. Got a 7, so he's going to roll 2d6 and heal that much. So he's going to heal 5 points of damage. $17. Senor Belmont just got healed, so it's back to the Friar Tuck. He has 14 life out of 22. So I guess, yeah, he'll try to go to a pool. He'll go 1, 2, 3. Do trickery. 4. I got 7. So then he's going to go 1. Got a 4. And he's going to test Ecology, which is a 5, so it's a +2, +1. He got it. And so he's going to heal 2d6. So he's going to heal 5. He's going to go up to 16. And then Senor Belmont, since he's staying there, he's going to test Ecology again for 5. I do believe they can do it multiple times. I don't think it said they can only do it once. He's going to test. He got a 4. And so he gets to roll 1d6. So he got 3, so he's going to go up to 20. And one thing I keep forgetting is that he has sickness. And so when he does damage, he should roll the damage dice twice. And so to save time, I'm not going to go back and start all over again. I'm just going to remember that moving forward. That's my fault for taking so much time in between sessions. And I'm trying to get through this so that way you guys can see how it's all played through this one story. So again, please forgive me for my mistakes. I'm kind of trying to do my best with going to school and doing this game. But as of December 22nd, I'm done. And you're going to see a lot more videos from me. Okay, and then back to Friar Tuck. 1. He got a 2. Good. And so then he's going to attempt to drink from the pool as well. He got a 7, so he's going to roll 2d6s. He got 10, so he's going to go back up to 22. And that's his max. Because it recovers, it doesn't give. And then the Angry Madman, Psychology 5, didn't pass, so he's going to get another d6. So he's going to get 2, so he's going to go up to 18. And then Friar Tuck. We're going to roll 2d6s. So 7, he's going to go back up to 23. Plus he, 1 power point plus 1 occult point. Nope. The Avenging Madman is the one who has 1 extra max Vita. Okay, and then Friar Tuck is at max. Do this one more time for the Avenging Madman. He got a 9, so we're going to go 2d6. So he's got 8. So we can go up to 24. And then now we're done. Now the book here says that when we're done we can move on, and it says if there are no foes on the map, be ready to move. Well, we still need to investigate the search locations. And so Senor Belmont's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to search the location here. So he has to get a 8 or 9. He got a 6, which is nothing happened. And so that goes away. And then he's going to, well, it's back to the top. And so he's going to go 1. He got a 10. And he's going to search diagonally. Wish that would have been his search. That's what he got a 10, and so he's going to find an item. So I'll take the top card of the item deck. He found a diamond, sell at the market to receive a 2d6 times 5 coins. That's nice. Alright, now we're done, since everything's been searched, and we can move on. It says here that if there are no foes on the map, you are ready to move on. Skip the changer on page 9. I think it means skip to the changer on page 9, because after looking at it, nothing else makes sense. So some wording there should be added. The word to, T-O, skip to the changer. Alright, you enter a cavern. Moonlight enters through openings high in the walls and illuminates the chamber. You see a dark figure standing in one of the moonbeams. The side of his face, visible where his skin is touched by the light of the moon, shifts and bubbles. His features turn from man to snarling wolf, ripping his skin, bones in most unsettling way. As he turns toward you, he steps out of the moonlight, and his face seems perfectly normal. In the back of the cavern, you see a man hanging upside down by his feet, surrounded by hooded figures. It's the priest. With a snarl and a leap, the man before you attacks. With a snarl and a leap, the man before you attacks. If the red story marker isn't played, Orthorian the Changer will close in on the character possessing it and the ring, shouting, "It's mine, that stone, give it to me." You also notice that what you thought was a pearl setting in the ring is actually a polished stone, which glows very faintly like moonlight. Any attempt to remove the ring fails. And so the exorcist, Friar Tuck, has that ring. It says, choose your path. The character with the red story marker cannot get rid of the damn ring. I am going to die if this beast gets to me. What am I to do? Choice 1. I will fight even if it means death. This is what I am here for. Read story moment 8. Choice 2. I must get rid of the ring at any cost. If I cut it off, I have a chance. So he's going to stand and fight, because he has full health. He has 2 power points left. He still has his bandages, and he still has his holy water inside his weapon. So I think we're good. So we're going to go to page 45 and read story 1-8. I can do this, my friends. Will help protect me. We must stop this monster. Become brave. And so if I remember, I think there is a brave token. Alright, I got the map all set up. I got the Affliction card out. And I got the Moon Priest out. The Moon Priests have 18 hit points each. The Etherian has 44. Has a +5 of might. The Moon Priests have a 0 because it's still on dusk. So, I'm going to stand and fight. Fire Tuck is brave. The leader token is actually going to get passed to the Avenging Madman now, since there was a map change. Choose your path. Primary goal is defeat Etherian, the Changer, and his priest. See the Affliction counter dialogue box. And it says Affliction counter. It says encounter Etherian, the Changer, and 2 Moon Priest. He is a difficult foe, as are all afflictions. Foe gets a +1 to their first strike when it rolls when an affliction is present. Any character who holds a red story marker target will be targeted by Etherian every turn if possible. So normal targeting creature movement rules will not apply here. So he's going to continue to try to go after the priest. If the character holding the red story marker is killed, Etherian obtains the Moonstone Ring and swallows it whole. He then gets a +5 might and a +1 damage for remaining combat. So we got to take out Etherian as fast as possible. Choose your path. Optional goal is save the priest from his confinement before he dies by completing. Alright, so this is actually, I had to restart the camera. My battery died and I actually had completed this whole scenario and I didn't realize that that is what happened. So we're going to start back from the beginning. I know how everything works now. And so we actually have 6 rounds to free the priest here. And so I'm going to remove that and put in this for 6 rounds. Okay, and then we're going to test to see who goes first. We'll roll. This is for the heroes. This is for the foes. The foes get a +1 because the affliction is on the board. Heroes got a 10, so they go first. And so we have to stop Etherian. And Etherian has 44 hit points. Let's see here. There we go. And then the priests each have 18. Well, the Avenging Madman was past the leader token, and he goes first. So he's going to go 1, 2. Oh, so you can't go cut corners there. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack first. He's going to attack Etherian first. And he got a 100. So what happens now is that devastating strike. Target characters. Alright, there we go. So a devastating strike occurs if your attack rolls a natural 100. You gain an extra move, act, or may recover all power points. Ghosts gain 1d6 ghost points. So he's going to attack, and then he's just going to attack again. Since he gets a second attack action that he can use. At least I believe that's what he can do. Yep, it says act. You can attack a foe, activate exhaust, card, item, attempt to cast ritual, or search. So he's going to attack twice. So he's going to do a D4 + 3. So he's going to do 5 points of damage. So it's going to go down to 39. And then he's going to attack again. It'd be nice if he got another devastating strike. He got a 42, and he's a 47. And he gets a +5, +5, so +10. That's a 52. Not enough. But then Senor Belmont's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to attack Etherian as well. So hopefully he does pretty well here. He got a 58, which is enough, and he's going to use his Crack the Whip ability, so he's going to go down 1 power point, and he is going to roll the D4 twice, because the last time I forgot he had sickness, so he has to roll his damage twice and take the lesser result. He got a 6, so hopefully he rolls higher than a 6 next roll. And he got a 6, so it's still 6. So Aetherian's going to go down to 33. Alright, and then Friar Tuck's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Aetherian's going to go, but first he's going to roll to see if he transforms, because he gets different abilities if he's a werewolf or he's a human. Roll a 4, so he's a werewolf, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack the priest because the priest has the ring, and the priest has chosen to keep the ring and fight instead of cutting off his finger. And so he's going to roll damage or attack twice. 20, not enough. 12, not enough. So, thank goodness. Then the moon priests are going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this guy's going to go odds and evens. So he's going to move over here, and he's going to attack Senor Belmont. 68, and it's a 2, so Senor Belmont's going to lose 4 Vita. So 20. And then, actually, yeah, he would be at 19. And he goes up to 24. Alright, and then this Moon Priest is just going to come over here and attack Senor Belmont again. And that's a 97, and that's a 4, so again he's going to lose 4 more. He's at 15. And then back to the top, Avenging Madman's going to come here. Oops, my head. So that was the first round, so now we're down to round 5. And so the Avenging Madman is going to attack Aetherian now. 33, not enough. And then Senor Belmont will move here. So he moves there, stays there. He attacks Aetherian. 18, not enough. Friar Tuck is going to attack. And because he kept the ring, he's brave now. So he's got 68, so he's actually going to do an additional 4 points of damage on top of his D4. So he's got 7 points of damage on Aetherian, so he's going to go down to 18. I'm sorry, 26. I'm going to go down to 26. And then he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And Aetherian's going to go, and Aetherian can't follow him, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this Moon Priest is going to go odd or even. He got an even, so he's attacked the priest. Friar Tuck, and Friar Tuck has to roll for Spooked 4. And he passed, he got a 9. And he loses D6 Vita. So he loses 6 points of Vita. Woof. So he's down to 16. And then this priest here is going to attack Senor Belmont since he's closest to him. A 93, and it's a 6. A 6 is that he has to test for Cult 5. And he got it, and then he loses 1d4 Vita. So he loses 4 points of health, so he's down to 11. This is not good. And then the Avenging Madman is going to go in. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack Aetherian. He got a 2. That sucks. And then Senor Belmont's going to move here. And he's going to attack Aetherian. He got an 86. So he's going to use a power point. And he's going to roll damage twice. And he's going to get 2d6 to do this with. Or 2d4. So he got a 5. So hopefully he rolls higher than a 5. And he got a 3. So he's going to do 3 points of damage to Aetherian instead, which sucks.
That's the bad part about being sick. And then Friar Tuck is just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're on round 4 now. The Therian's going to go. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to attack the priest. But first we have to roll to see if he transforms. And he did not. So he's only going to get 1 attack. He is going to hit. So he's going to do 1d6 plus 2 damage. So he's doing 7 points of damage, which makes no sense. And so he's down to 9 points of health. We're not going to make it, I assume. So the priest, the moon priest, this guy is going to go 1, 1. So let's see, he's here. So he's going to go odd, even. Odd, so he's coming over here. And he's going to attack Friar Tuck. Oh joy! On the last time I did it, before I recorded this video, I actually won the encounter. So 64, and it's a 6. So he has to test against a Colt 5, and he does. He passes, and then he's going to lose 1d4 Vita. He takes 3, so now he's down to 6. And then this guy is going to go odd and even. So odd. So he's going to attack Senor Belmont. He got a 39. That is not enough. He needed a 40. So then Avenging Madman is going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to attack Aetherian again. Hopefully he hits him. He got a 5. Woof. And then Senor Belmont's going to come over here. He's going to attack Aetherian. And he got a 33. Not enough. And we're on round 3 now. And then Friar Tuck's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to attempt to free this priest. And he needs to roll Trickery 6. So, he needs to get a 6 or higher. He got a 3, so nothing happens. Therian's going to come over here, and before he moves, though, he's got to test to see if he changes. He does not. So he's going to come over here, and he's going to attack the priest. 65. That's a hit. So he's doing 1d6 plus 2 damage. So he's doing 5 damage. Priest is not dead yet. He's down to 1 point of health. This guy is next to Senor Belmont, so he's going to attack Senor Belmont. And that is a 33, not enough. This Moon Priest is going to attack Senor Belmont. Let's see here, and that is a 62. That's enough, and it's a 10. So it's a spooked 4. Past it. It says after successfully hitting with Ritual of the Moon, the priest will attempt to summon a werewolf. On a D10, 10 plus, they are successful, and a werewolf appears adjacent to a random character. So this sucks. So if he rolls a D10 or higher, and they rolled a 1, he's not successful. But the character will lose 1d6 Vita. So he loses 6 points of damage. Woof. So that's 5. It's down to 5 now. And Spooked 4, so I have to test against Spooked. Spooked is... What is Spooked? Nerve. And so he is spooked and says, Spooked, your confidence has been shattered. Receive a -5 might and -1 nerve. Pass nerve 5 at the end of any combat. 1 attempt each combat to remove the status. Okay. And then... and Avenging Madman's going to move there. He's going to attack Aetherian. And we're on down to round 2 of 6. 90. And so he's going to do a d4 plus 3. So he's got 4 points of damage, so he's down to 20 now. And then Senor Belmont's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack Aetherian. Minus 5 might, which would cancel out his plus 3 might there. So it's minus 2 might. A 27, not enough. And then the priest is going to go. He's going to attempt to free the other priest. So he needs to roll a 6 or higher on a skill check of trickery. 3, not enough. And he's going to move back here behind his friends. Aetherian's going to decide if he's going to change or not. And he does. And there's not enough room to get back there. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he's going to attack the priest. Hopefully he misses. 86. He did not miss. And so he's going to roll 2d4. And he does a 4. The priest is dead. Let's go ahead and put him on the board. Aetherian's going to eat the ring. And he gets a bonus. Plus 5 to might and a plus 1 to damage. So then he's going to attack, because he's knocked out this round. I assume he doesn't come back as spirit form just yet. He's going to attack Senor Belmont. 50, and he's going to do 2d4 damage. That's a 5. He's dead. And I should have been healing with the priest, my Friar Tuck. That was my fault. And then the Moon Priests are going to go. So this guy is going to come over here and attack Senor Belmont, or Bob, sorry. And that's a 23. It's a miss. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack Bob. And that's a 41. They needed a 49. Sorry, 47. And they needed a 49, so that's not enough. Alright then, so Aetherian is now going to attack the ghosts. So the ghosts now have, so the Exorcist does. Doesn't have any hit points. Damage bonus. So good thing is he's no longer sickened. He's got 10 ghost points now. And so I really enjoy using these little things I got from Gloomhaven, because it makes tracking the points a lot easier. Avenging Madman is going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to attack Aetherian. He got 27, not enough. Senor Belmont is going to use a ghost point to attack Aetherian. It says energy drain, damage a foe for 2 Vita. And then there's a damage bonus. So I don't know if that gets contributed to that. I guess so. I'm going to add the plus 2 damage to that just because that's how it says here. But if I'm wrong, please comment down below. So then he's going to damage Aetherian for 4 points. So that's going to go down to 16. And then the priest is going to do the same thing. And it's going to be for 4 points of damage, so 12. And then Aetherian is going to come back around and he's going to attack. First he's going to check to see if he transforms, and he did not. And that we were actually on 1 round left of trying to save this guy. And roll for attack, 95. So he's going to do a d6 plus 2 damage to Avenging Madman, and he does 8 points of damage. So he's going to go down to 16 health, which he hasn't been taking any damage. The Moon Priests are going to come over here, attack him. 62, and that's a 4, so they're going to do 4 points of damage to him. And This Moon Priest is going to go 1, 2, 2. He's going to attack him. So that's a 95. It does a 5, and that's another 4 points of damage. Alright, he's going to die soon. And then back to the top. Avenging Madman is going to attempt to attack Aetherian for an 88. So he's going to do 1d4 plus 3. So he's going to do 7. So 12 is down to 5. And then Senor Belmont's going to do his 4. And then Friar Tuck's going to do his 4, which would be killing Aetherian. But then this Moon Priest is going to attack Senor Belmont. So that's 10. Not enough. And then this does attacks Senor Belmont. That's a 61. A 4, so he does another 4 points of damage, but I could use one of his power points to get rid of 1d4 damage. So he's going to take 1 instead. And then Senor Belmont, or not Senor Belmont, Avenging Madman is going to attack the Moon Priest. 95, so that's a 1d4 plus 3, so 5 points of damage, and that one was the bottom one. So 18, and it said 5, so that's 13. And then Senor Belmont's going to use his ability here to use on the Moon Priest. So that's 4. And then he's going to go down here and he's going to do it again. And then the Moon Priest is going to attack Senor Belmont, or Bob. This Moon Priest is going to attack Bob. 94, it's a 7, so this time it's he has to test against a Colt 5. And he lost, so he did not get. He has to lose his next turn. And he loses 1d4 Vita. So he loses 1. So he's down to 6. And then this guy is going to attack him. Oops, wrong die. 31, not enough. Angry Madman loses his next turn. This priest, or the Senor Belmont's going to use his ability. 6, and then the other one. And then this guy is going to attack Senor Angry Madman Bob. 69, that's a hit, and it's a 4. He's going to lose 4 Vita, but he's going to use a power point to try to negate some of it. He negates 2, so he's going to go down 2. And then he can only use that once per round. The other Moon Priest is going to attack Bob. He got a 56, that's enough, and he does 3, so now he has to take 4 points of damage, and he is dead. So we lost the encounter this time, which I had beat it previously in the last time, but the camera died. So now, what would have happened? Well, on the last time I played, everyone died. Sorry, let me take it back. On the last time I played, we killed Aetherian first, and then we killed the Moon Priest, and then the Moon Priest had actually killed Friar Tuck. But because Aetherian was dead, I still allowed Friar Tuck, because Friar Tuck died like right before the last Moon Priest died. And I still awarded them the Moon Ring because Aetherian had died, and the reason I did that is because if Aetherian was alive, he would have ate the ring, but since he was dead, somebody would have had the ring still. And we had freed the priest, so the priest actually did not make it in this one. And so, and when the priest came through, he awarded us, and we would have started here at the Church of the Crossroads, but since we all died, it says if you lost the battle, you awaken at the gypsy encampment on the outskirts of Ostalink. Confused and disoriented, and followed, it says, rule, so you have to read the death and dying on page 32. So we would have started at the outskirts of Ostalink gypsy encampment. So we would have started outside of Ostalink. As you gain your bearing, you learn that you were not all found unconscious and dying in an empty cave within Naren's Hollow. The priest you were here to save was also found slashed to ribbons and beyond saving. You anguished at your failure and vow to remain steadfast. Etherian is no longer within Netherian's Hollow, but you fear the fate may force you to meet again. The town of Osselink is slowly recovering now that Otharian has departed. You hire transportation back to the Church of the Crossroads, but due to his strong spirit, he quickly recovers. Hold on. You hire transportation back to the Church of the Crossroads to tell the curator what transpired. He is devastated over the death of the priest, but due to his strong spirit, he quickly recovers. He tells you that a new priest will be sent for with all haste. The darkness will be sure to take advantage of his absence. The end. So we would have been back, we still would have went back to the Church of Crossroads. It just would have changed the story. But if we would have succeeded, we would have got a bunch of bonuses. We would have been starting at the crossroads, and we would have been able to start spending our ability points and stuff like that. And so that's it for my playthroughs. Thank you for staying with me and watching all my playthroughs. If you have any questions, please leave comments below. But I'm going to clean all this up, and then I'm going to edit this video and post it on YouTube for you guys to watch. Then, when I'm all cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and do a review. But thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.